Hi, before we get into our intro call, I wanted to tell you a little bit more about the companies that I'm working with and the positions that I'm recruiting for right now. So when we actually have our call, we make the best time out of it. Right now, I'm working with two companies. I'm a software developer myself, and I have over 13 years of experience. And I can tell you quite a lot after working for quite a long time with one and the second of these companies. So the first company that I'm working with is CleverTech. I started working with them in March this year, and I've already worked on two projects. So I'm quite familiar with the culture that they represent. CleverTech is a remote-first company. They're a software development company from New York. They have over 100 people right now that are mostly developers. Michael and Kuli are running the company. There's a few people in the administration, but other than that, that's like a remote and designer-first company. The team sizes are between 3 and 5 people, and they work with clients directly, and they have calls on a daily basis. That is why it is crucial for us to hire people with excellent English communication skills. The company has very nice practices around the code, around testing, around continuous deployment. There's a DevOps team that helps us deliver to like development staging and production environments. We work in an agile way. We have usually weekly sprints, but that really depends also on the project that you're working on. I am working on a project right now that is has more of a Kanban process, and we have like a constant flow of work. So we're not running sprints, but at the same time we have weekly demos with the clients. We don't have like analysts or project managers. We basically have one developer on the team that is a team leader. He makes sure that the progress is going on smoothly and the client is happy with our results. Like I mentioned, the company is remote first, so we're familiar with the async work style. We like to work in the flow. We do require that you have about 4 hours of overlap, 4 to 5 hours overlap with the Eastern time zone. Sometimes you may be working with clients in a bit of different time zones, but other than that, it's quite flexible. You set the communication standards with your team, and you just need to deliver the work, and the client needs to be happy. And other than that, there's flexibility. So currently, CleverTech is working on a set of very interesting Ionic projects that have been rewritten from a bundle of native applications, and the bundle size was very popular in the App Store. There was millions of downloads, but the download size was 1.4 gigabyte because it was so enormous and there were so many applications inside. It was a perfect case for developing a hybrid application that would only download the needed part without the need to recompile through the App Store and distribute through the App Stores. So the perfect case for Ionic. So they teamed up with the core team from Ionic to figure out the best way to do that. I think that as far as an intro for CleverTech, this is just quite good. You will have a chance to ask me some questions during our call, but I will also share a link to their career site so you can check it out for yourself and see if that's an environment that you would like to work with. The second position that we're looking to fill is more of a 3-month project for a Norwegian company that I've worked with for the last 4 years. The project is mostly in Ionic 1. Then right now we have some smaller projects that we're doing in Ionic 3. And we have a new project for 3 months, and we're looking for part-time people to support the development over 3 months. And then in the future, it can grow to a permanent position if we see that it's nicely working out together and if the startup from Norway has basically better perspectives and more clients, and the clients that they're working with are happy. So the project is already quite big. There's a quite elaborate continuous integration, continuous delivery pipeline with Jenkins and builds running on Mac Mini, distribution through Hockey app and all that stuff. So I think it's also quite an interesting project. It's also very visually appealing, so you'll be working with some nice designs. and the 3-month project is kind of a new module. We would like to figure out how we can do that with Ionic 3, and so that we don't, get into too much debt or technical debt that we have from the first version of the application that we started a few years ago. I think that as far as the intro goes for this company, that's enough as well. I will also share with you the link to the product so you can check it out in your spare time, and you can even register for the desktop version and check out how the app looks like, how it works, and all. The process that we have is fairly elaborate because, well, obviously we are working with our clients, we are presenting them with a short list of candidates, and we need to be able to benchmark the candidates against each other, see how you resulted in comparison to other people, so that the process needs to be fairly elaborate, and it takes time commitment, so I won't sugarcoat that. We basically during our call, I would like to ask you 3 questions and see how well you can communicate in English. That is like the first step of the process. It's the most important one before we actually have you commit quite a lot more time on the process and go through the screening. The next step is an online screening assessment that is quite technical and quite practical as well. So the people who have already done this test, they say that they've learned quite a lot because it focuses on practical Angular, TypeScript, and RxJS skills. There are 6 questions in total that have to be completed within a time limit. And there's a 7th question that you'll be submitting by email or through your GitHub, Bitbucket repository, or just send us over a zip file with your results. After this online assessment, that will be a commitment of 3-4 hours from your side. We will have an interview with me for about 30 to 45 minutes. I would like to just casually chat with you, see how it would be to work together, share experience between fellow developers, what they prefer to do as far as testing practices, coding practices, DevOps practices, all the stuff that is interesting for you, I'd like to know. And finally, after we've presented your profile to the client, if you went through all the steps positively, you will have a chance to meet the founder of one or the other company. So I hope that will be enough for you to make a decision if you're ready to make the next step. And during our chat, I can answer any questions you may have, and we can start with the first step of the process. So looking forward to hearing from you. Have a good day. Bye.